Hello and welcome to episode 9 of 3 Things from Aliexpress. In this series, I am going to show you 3 rather mundane things from Aliexpress that seem semi-useful but borderline e-waste products. These are cheap as well, ranging from just a few bucks to up to a few tens of dollars at the most. The first item I have for you is a thing. The name I got from Aliexpress is LED Fluid Simulation Water Flow Shaking Esports Desktop Decoration. In other words, it's just a thing. Costing 10 Canadian dollars, its value is questionable. What it does is questionable as well. Well, I mean, what it does seem to be clear. It is simulating a wave. But why? Well, let's not get into the rabbit hole or whatever it may be. It's just a thing, and let's take it apart and see what is inside. The casing is 3D painted and the screen is basically a printed circuit board with about 400 tiny green LEDs. On the back of the PCB it has a small rechargeable battery glued on. Once you get the battery off, you see a small microchip, which is simulating the wave pattern. By the way, I've yet to find a way to turn this off. You have to let the battery die. Overall, it's a thing that might amuse for you for a few minutes. Then you will probably throw away. A true e-waste product, if you ask me. The second item is Inphic Cyber Gaming Mouse. Costing 20 Canadian dollars, this was one of the most expensive items to be shown in this series. This had clearly and obviously an inspiration from a well-known or even notorious EV truck from a certain company. Well, I have rather small hands for a man, and this mouse feels small even in my hands. If you've got big hands, this will feel tiny. Nevertheless, my first impression was decent. The packaging was professional, and the mouse does look pretty nice. I only wish that it was a little bigger. It supports both wireless and Bluetooth, which is nice. Meanwhile, the mouse has almost no weight to it. I feel it is only slightly heavier than a piece of A4 paper. When the mouse has an established connection to a device, its RGB light comes on. Otherwise, the RGB sleeps. I do find this a pretty nice feature. As for its performance, honestly, it wasn't too bad. The click felt very soft, and it feels just like any other mouses. I can't make a proper judgment after having used for only several minutes, unfortunately. It is very small, just keep that in mind. The third and final item for this episode is a Flex to ATX adapter. If you are a long-time viewer of this channel, you may have seen me using this in some small form factor builds. But what I do use this for in real-world application is for 2 U-rack mount builds. This costs 10 bucks. A recurring issue with 2 U-rack mount builds is an inability to vent heat out of the case. It's not a problem if you use server-grade fans that spin at 6,000 to 12,000 revolutions per minute. But for home lab users, that is not an option. What this adapter provides is an additional 80mm fan in the rear, which has proven to be crucially important to keep temperature down in my own experiences. Well, that is it for this episode 9. Out of these 3, the Flex to ATX adapter is my favorite thing. I do use it for almost all 2 U-rack mount builds personally nowadays. And CyberMouse wasn't so bad either. I wish it was a tad bigger though. Anyway, thank you for watching.